Is this the best training aid on the market? I bought this to help one specific part of my golf game, but it's ended up helping so much more. What is it? This is the Sure Golf Connector, and basically what it is, it's designed as a training aid to keep your arms connected to your body and promote rotation in your golf swing. Everyone who has a good golf swing, all the pros, they all have amazing connection between their hands, their arms and their body. If there's one thing that I really struggle with sometimes when I'm not playing well, is that my arms move faster than my body, so we get out of sync on my backswing. So that is where something like this I thought could really help me out. So I also want to just say that I have bought this with my own money. I saw this and thought that this could be helpful to my golf game. So this is not a sponsored or promoted post. So basically, you hold it between your forearms like so, and then you just do half golf swings and just swing the club. And basically, you can't do it without keeping everything connected. And like, that is just a lovely little 3/4 9-iron. So I would say that you won't want to do this with anything more than a 9-iron. It's not designed for something that you do with driver, for example, not at all. It's just basically something that you just do little half shots, and it just promotes great connection between your arms and your body, and also it really helps rotation in your golf swing. If you watch all the pros, I'd use Tommy Fleetwood as a great example. So he ends up with that sort of sawn off finish, but his torso is completely rotated forward. That's what you need to do, and it's something that I sometimes don't do. And this, I'm finding, really helps. Now, one thing I'm going to say is, when you first use it, it is very, very strange indeed. I mean, honestly, I'm just hitting lovely little 9-iron knockdown shots that are going about 120 yards. So that's about 20 yards shorter than a full 9-iron would go. But actually, for having that little knockdown shot out on the golf course, I would just think about having this between my arms out on the golf course, just to play those little low knockdown shots. Again, it makes you finish here, which is obviously a strange finish, and you wouldn't do it in your normal golf swing. But what I found is, if you spend some time on the range using that device, and then you just step up without it, you have trained your body to really keep it as connected as possible. And then I just stand there then, and then just swing it freely. And then just hit I mean, that is just absolutely nailed. Straight down my target line. That's gone nearly 150 yards. So that is something where this can really help in your golf swing. But what I didn't realise was that this was going to be amazingly useful in other parts of my game, which I'm going to show you now. When I got this, like I say, it was largely for using on the range and increasing that connectivity, that sync between my arms and my body, and increasing the rotation in my golf swing. They're all very important to me, and it's worked phenomenally well for that. But what I didn't realise was, until I got it and started to use it, that it's actually phenomenally good for short game. So again, you just clasp it in your forearms. Because of the memory foam, it's incredibly comfortable. And you know, to consistently use the bounce and chip well, you need to rotate and take your hands out of it. And with this, oh, hit the flag. It does that. It means that you've got to rotate your body, you know. And obviously, that nearly went in. With this, you know, when you're chipping, you should be finishing with your belt buckle looking forwards. And when you use this, it absolutely guarantees that. because you've got no choice. You've got to keep it clasped between your forearms. So you just come back and then rotate through and you just chip it nicely. It's really, really good. If you do struggle with your chipping, I would highly recommend using this because it really is good for just training that kind of motion of rotate, rotate, and you'll just start hitting really nice chip shots, and also training a really good action and motion in your chipping technique. So again, something that I did not expect this training aid to be very useful was with putting. So we're just on the practice chipping green here, so it's not the greatest green in the world, got a few stones on it from the bunker. But again, in your putting stroke, you want to take your hands completely out of it. It should be just like a rock of the shoulders. And this, for training and getting a feeling for that, is absolutely phenomenal. And also, this is where I find this forward spike here, this forward rod with the white cover on the end, really useful, because what that does is, if your right forearm or arm is too far that way, then the white rod points to the front, you know you're wrong. And similarly, if you're too far this way, the rod goes that way. So by getting it pointing right centrally at the ball, let's get myself comfortable, you kind of know, like that, that you're nice, neutrally set up, and then all you do is just rock your shoulders and just start striking those putts really well every time. I would say possibly this is where I found it to be the most useful. Again, just rock the shoulders. You can't, you know, when your forearms are locked in position here, you cannot, it's impossible to not just rock your whole top part of your body as a triangle and just strike those putts absolutely perfectly on your target line every single time. It is absolutely fantastic for putting. So with the Sure Golf connector, so this did cost me £110, English pounds, which I think for what it is seems like quite a lot of money. But then when I think about the use and the help that I'm getting out of this, I think it's been worth every single penny. There's a lot of training aids that I've tried or I've been sent for the channel which have never really floated my boat. There's not really many at all that I've used on a consistent basis. I am committing to this now. I've seen an improvement in my ball striking with my golf swing since I started to use this. It's really helping me with that connectivity between my arms and my body and swinging, you know, in sync on plane. It's been a massive help, and I'm going to absolutely 100%, you know, it's part of my practice routine now. Every time I go to the range, I start off by hitting 20 half 9-irons with this training aid. And then when I put it down and go to my normal golf swing, I find that it's just really trained that first part of my golf swing to be a lot more consistent, and my ball striking has become a lot more consistent. And then you throw in the fact that it can help with your chipping and really help with your putting, then, you know, this is something that I'm going to see myself using a lot this year, and I really think it's going to help.